Hello, hello. Can you hear me? I cannot hear you.
Now you can.
Can I hear you now?
Yeah, you can hear me, right?
Yes, now I can hear you. Okay, there we go. How's it going?
Good, good. Nice to meet finally.
Yes, indeed. Thanks for having me.
No, it's our pleasure. I already got your screen pulled up here. You got it on.
Oh, cool.
It's a nice background on today.
Yeah, I'm loving the art. This is like my favorite thing from the game is the art. It's so sexy.
Yeah,
I can't not love it.
the color palette is just so soft.
Mm,
I'm just a big fan of that smooth, like I don't even know what you'd call it, but it's creamy. It's a creamy color palette.
yes. I'm colorblind, but
Oh, actually?
if you say the color palette is
So
good, I believe you.
so if you don't mind me asking, what does it look like to you? Like what are the colors you're seeing right now?
I mean, it's tough to like answer that because
Okay.
I've never seen in normal color, so it's
Right.
hard to judge what it
I'm
looks like.
incredibly ignorant when it comes to color blindness.
Yeah, it's and then there's also like multiple kinds of color blindness, so
Right.
it kind of gets weird there. And also apologies in advance. I sound kind of weird. I got a head cold going on here, so I'm a little stuffy.
Unacceptable.
Yeah, if I
That
start
is
coughing and stuff,
absolutely
apologies in
insane.
advance. Be hacking up a lung in your ears.
Don't worry about it. I've been on and off sick all summer, just
Mm,
classic summer cold from
uh,
traveling so much. So I'm just coming out of it, so I can empathize.
thank you.
But yeah, let's kick it off. This show is called Players Gonna Play. We bring on team members, KOL streamers, and we usually go through one specific game over an hour to 2 hours. Today will just be an hour, and yeah, let's get right into it. We got a matchmaking right here. Is this ranked or
Yeah,
unranked?
this is ranked here. You said
Oh,
let's get into it, so I got
yeah,
into it.
that's
I
true.
I
But yeah,
that's
this is
what I
called the Lost
yeah.
Glitches. It's basically like an RPG TCG because you can have like talent trees and like skill points and level up your characters. So it's what when I posted that it's like a unique approach to TCGs. I wasn't kidding because I haven't seen that before. Maybe it's been done, but I think it's really cool in this context.
Yeah, I've never seen I'll show the skill tree after this so we can actually take a peek at what you're talking about here. But like there is just a massive there's like 3 or 4 massive skill trees basically. Well, there's like 3 and then each of the 3 kind of have 3 subsets of skill trees. So there's a lot of skills you can choose from, but
I've played a bit, like, for a couple hours, and it's a hard TCG, like, at least at the beginning. Like, there's a lot of layers to it.
yes, like the interactivity is my favorite thing. So here's the mulligan phase real quick. So I'll just see what I want to keep here. The Legion Disciple is phenomenal in this
Nice
deck.
turn 1 drop.
Turn
You got
1
a turn
drop.
3 drop, you got a turn 2 drop. Do you
Yeah,
wanna
this
get out
feels
one of
pretty
the
good.
2 costs?
Yeah, I think we're gonna get rid of this backdoor schemer. I don't
Yeah.
think it's as good, and this firewall tank is insane. So we're gonna
Yeah,
keep
that's
that.
pretty crazy. What did you get? Oh, another 2 cost? Oh,
Yeah,
did
looks
it
like I
did
got
the
this.
mulligan
Oh,
not
there we go.
happen?
There
Oh,
we go.
yeah.
I think I was waiting for my opponent to finish.
Okay, there
We
we
got
go.
2 1
And
drops.
options for turn 2.
And yeah, so those skill trees that you were mentioning, they show up here. So you get to choose like 3 of the skills that you unlock from the skill tree. And I'm actually going to drop this. I was going to wait for my opponent's turn, perhaps, but oh, there we go. But I'm just going to do it now instead.
So basically you can lock in your turn before your opponent's even done?
So yeah, you can actually play. So you can play creatures on both your turn and your opponent's turn, but you can only attack on when it's your turn.
That part threw
Um,
me off.
yeah,
I didn't know what was happening. I was like, "Is this do I report this as a bug?" And then I realized it's part of the game design.
it's kind of like a Legends of Runeterra kind of feel with that
Yeah.
aspect where you kind of take turns being the aggressor.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. And I think
and
it makes sense that you can play cards on your opponent's turn too. It's kinda like it's very responsive reactive,
yes,
and
oh
it's
boy,
reactive and
opponent can see me.
preventative, it's kinda hits both.
Opponent did not like what was going on here.
No,
Apparently,
he's watching the stream, and they saw your mulligan, and they're like, "Nah, I ain't even trying."
uh,
What's the rank system like in the beta? Because we're still in the open beta here, so
yeah, so they're like you could see that maybe he saw my rank and was not thrilled with the matchmaking here is the open beta is just wide open. I think you can pretty much match against anybody. So I think this guy is a new player, and then I'm like
What
double.
rank? What rank is that? Double diamond?
Yeah, well, I don't know what it is.
I haven't seen. I'd love to see like a little. Maybe I'll ask the team to make like a little flow chart of the ranking, like a pretty little contact
There
sheet.
is one in the game, I think.
Is there?
Dig.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll dig into it once. Oh yeah, I
Pull
meant to
that up
look at the skill tree.
after this
Yeah.
guy forfeits. Wait, what's that? Right? Why is there's? That's a great card.
Yeah, it's a great card, but you need to have a bunch of creatures in your
Oh,
graveyard or wherever it's called.
oh yeah. Okay.
Void. I don't know what it's called.
To get rid of a 3-drop, or oh, you already did, yeah.
These 2 3-drops are unbelievably
So you're
good. So I'm
gonna
actually
keep
going
them.
to keep both of
Okay.
them. Like the whole deck is built around the sharpshooter, and then the firewall tank is insane. It heals every turn back to full, and if it takes damage, it just grows. So like these 2 cards are just like top tier.
So like, a lot of people who play TCGs, they're familiar. Sometimes the games have like a class
Mhm.
or like a color, and that's kind of what you build your deck around. So what would you say yours is?
Yeah, so in the beta you can unlock 5 different starter decks, and you can see like there's the I guess this is orange, I guess this is yellow. I don't think I have any other color cards in my hand. These are spells, they look a little bit different. But like there's 5 different colored classes effectively. And in the beta you can't use like the cards that are like on chain yet. So I'm just gonna end my turn here. So basically, I'm combining like all 5 of the starter decks to make one uber powerful starter deck that contains like all the best cards from all the different starter decks. And ultimately, my theme is kind of centered around the orange aggressive stagger deck. You can see I've got this stagger card here. Oh, it is my turn. So my opponent played a creature, and now he's going to get to attack, but I get to spend my 1 mana first. So we surprise him by dropping a creature that can't do anything. I mean, it can. I can block, but I'm not going to because it would just die.
That is one of the things I do like, that they weaved in that like MTG style of, if
Yes.
you don't want your creature to die, don't block with it, basically.
Yeah. And I really like that you can, like what I just did. Basically, your opponent plays their turn not knowing what you're going to do, so you can kind of just wait. And I think I'm going to do that again. I'm just
I
going to go
also
ahead.
like that, it's since it has that MTG element, like you can counter, which is
Yes,
very fun.
that's like the number one thing for me I love so much is, so like you can see this plug and play spell here. It is effectively an instant in Magic where you can play it whenever you want. And
Okay.
right now, when it goes to his turn, I'll be able to play this spell, which is an installation required. That's more like a sorcery, but you can play it on your opponent's turn, just not during combat. So plug and play, you can play whenever. Installation required, you have to play pre-combat.
But not necessarily on your turn. It could be on your
Exactly, yeah.
opponent's
You can,
turn.
and I'm actually planning on playing this on my opponent's turn.
Okay.
Then I'll have 3 mana to play with, and then I'm going to drop this firewall tank. My opponent's going to maybe play something suboptimal because they don't know I'm going to drop the firewall tank. They're not going to be
Unless
able to
they're stream
swing with
sniping.
these unless they're stream sniping. It's possible.
That'd be cool if there was an option in ranked play for TCGs to hide your name.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Because how many like streamers have want to stream their ranked climb, and they're dealing with, they have to add a
Yeah.
stream delay, but even that's not always optimal.
Yeah. It definitely happens. I've been there, done that. I've been stream sniped plenty.
So how cool would the solution be to just hide name? Wouldn't
I
that?
feel like, I don't know. I feel like the majority of the snipers are people who are just watching your stream anyway, and then they try and
Right.
queue into you at the same time. So what I used to
Enough.
do was stream on a delay, but only like 6 to like 8 seconds, or like 4 to 8 seconds or something. I'd make it
Enough to get
random.
queued with someone else.
Yeah, that way I'd get queued to
Yeah.
some. Yeah, that's pretty much what I would do. And
Okay,
now
fair
that my
enough.
secret is out of the bag, I'm gonna get sniped.
Still, I mean, it's gonna be really hard for them to time it.
Yeah,
Just
they'll
change
precog.
your delay by a few seconds
Yeah.
every stream.
So here's where I'm going to play this installation required right before combat.
So that just gives you mana for 1 turn, 1
Yep.
extra
So I'm
or
going to get 1
energy, I guess
extra
they call
here.
it.
Yep. And then as soon as he now has a chance to respond, and technically he can respond because he does have these commander skills. So not that they'd be useful right now, so I won't show them off just yet.
How do the commander skills work? Play your turn, but like let me understand that a little bit.
Yeah, so now I have 4, and so does he. Every single turn, both your turn and your opponent's turn, you gain 1 commander point. So we both have 4
Okay.
right now.
So it's a
And you
second
can,
resource.
yeah, yep. And
Yeah.
you can use them whenever you can use. What is my opponent doing? My opponent is swinging with 2 1/2s into my 2/4. So the reason he's doing this, he's no mana left, but ultimately I can't block this because it has elusive, aka encrypted, can only be blocked by other encrypted. And this one actually has an afterlife here. When it dies, he gets 2 tokens. So I guess he wants those tokens. It's not going to be worth it because this is going to grow into a 3/4. It's going to fully heal.
Yeah. And if you block, you can choose to block with it. So it's going to just, you can't
Yes.
stop that.
Yeah. The only thing he can do is nothing here, nothing here. Yeah. He can't do anything with his commander skills here. And I'll show you mine real quick because mine are very integral to my game plan. In that, this card here wants me to stagger in order to get +1/+1. This guy wants me to stagger in order to attack some targets. My opponent did not like what I just did, and they conceded.
That animation was fire. Pun intended. Yeah, you're just crushing these people.
Yeah, they don't like
You
what
must
I'm
get like
bringing.
decreased ranked points if you're against really low ranked people, though. Oh,
Yeah.
you're silver 3. That's not that high.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the well, let me show off the professions real quick here.
Okay, cool.
So this is the skill trees we were talking about at the beginning.
Okay.
So you can see there's hacker, oracle, and warlock. And so you can view the hacker skills here. You can see there's all these skill trees. And I've got 12 skill points unspent right now. So if I wanted to,
Oh, geez.
I could unlock a couple of these skills. In fact, I can unlock some of these more powerful skills. I could even unlock actually one of these like ultimate skills.
So
I've
that's
just been
10 plus 10 points.
Yeah, I've just been hoarding my skill points though because I don't know what I want to.
Well, stuff is
I'm
expensive.
indecisive. What's
Let's
that?
see what they do. Deal 18
yeah.
damage to yourself. If you're still alive, deal 20 damage to the opponent. That's silly.
Yeah, that is absolutely hilarious. And
But it
like,
costs 11, so it's a late game.
yeah, it's a
commander.
late game skill.
Basically 11 turns or 10 turns.
So
or
you
something.
gain 1 on both. Yeah, 11, but really
Right.
only like 5 or 6 of your own turns.
Right.
So there's got to be some skills and stuff that can heal you and stuff to make sure you're back to 20. Otherwise, yeah, you'll die immediately because you start with
Yeah.
20 and 20 is the cap. So then this one for 12 is destroy all glitches. This one is nuts. All players take 1 damage for each of their destroyed allies.
So control deck,
Mhm.
basically.
Yeah.
Just like don't play anything. Your opponent's swarming you, anti-aggro.
Yeah, I
As long
love
as you
that.
can stay alive long enough to play it. 12.
Yeah, I think
plus 12.
there probably is some really good control decks that would love this. There is a really nice card I'll show you in a
Are
second.
there any ways to ramp up your commander points?
I don't
Any
know if
ramp
there
decks?
are in the beta.
Okay. What about for energy? Is there any ramp for energy?
That's a good question.
Kind of like a ramp druid.
Yeah, there definitely is. I can't think of the names of the cards off the top of my head, but there is like in fact, I think there's even like an ability where you can actually like you unlock multiple energy per spell, I think, that you've played that turn. So if you played like 3 spells or whatever, you can then hit that button and then get an extra 3 mana for the turn. So this is the hacker skills though, but then there's also oracle. So it might be one of these skills here. Yeah, here's you and your opponent both gain 2 energy, time sculpt, steal 2 energy from your opponent, future crime. That sounds really cool. So there's definitely gain 1 energy. There's definitely ways to ramp. I have not unlocked any of these. Gain 2 energy.
So where there's these 3 different, like if you go back, these 3 options. So you can only play one of these basically.
So in the beta anyway, you can play like all 3 combined, which I find a little odd personally. It doesn't feel very Magic the Gathering. Not that it should be Magic the Gathering, but I wouldn't mind if they locked it to only using 1. But there is a lot of synergies within each thing, so it's kind of like might not make sense necessarily to play like one thing that unlocks ramp, one thing that is more geared towards stagger, one thing that's more geared towards control or aggro. So they do kind of each have their own like category. Okay. But yeah, you can use across. In fact, I think I do. I think I'm using 2 hacker and 1 warlock skill. Yeah, there's like this really, really strong uppercut skill that can deal 4 damage to a damaged glitch, which works really well in conjunction. There is a 1 mana spell that deals 1 damage.
Okay.
So you hit him with that, then you ping him with
And then
this. You're doing
boom.
5 damage for 1 mana out of
Can you,
nowhere.
if you have like, let's say 10 commander points and like 3 commander skills you can use with those 10 points, can you use them all together? Or?
Yeah, you can use as many as you want in the same turn. There's like no
Right.
restrictions there, so it's pretty. You can get some pretty big turns. Like it
Right.
almost feels like you're losing at some point, but if you've saved up
A
your
big
commander
turn.
points, yeah, you get a big turn. So there's definitely some really crazy. Oh wait, is that the? Okay, maybe these. Wait, did we look at this one? Oh, give contagious to all glitches on the battleground. That basically is another board wipe. They all live for one more turn and then die.
Contagious. Everything. It just dies after 1 turn.
Yeah.
One
I'm
full cycle, or just
I'm
like
pretty
half
sure that's
cycle?
what. Yeah, that's what contagious is. Yeah, I think it's at the end of your turn. So I think your creatures would die at the end of your turn, and then their creatures. And it depends again when you play it. In fact, that makes me wonder if you could just play it on your opponent's turn, then their creatures die, and then you can just freely swing into your opponent's. There's a lot of stuff to try out. There's so many options that like
I really want to see that yeah, that one. I want to see that work.
I want to see it work too. I don't know if I have the cards to like you need to be able to heal, obviously. Otherwise,
Right.
I do kind of want to try it.
What other what other menu options do we have here? Okay,
so I thought you could see, maybe you can't see it from here, but you could see your own rank.
so what are those? Are these like quests or something?
So these are just other matches that just took place. You could see like who played who and stuff, or maybe it's my previous matches. I'm not sure.
That's interesting.
I mean, it's just my.
Is it your previous matches?
I don't know what that is. I'm not sure. I've never really dug through this one. This might be mine. Kind of.
If we get anyone from the team on, maybe we can acquire here. It must be yours. I feel like that'd be weird to see into everyone's.
Yeah, matches, it is pretty cool that you can see like it showed your win rate and stuff. You can see like your win rate per deck.
That I actually really like. People usually have to get add-ons to
and you can like see how many matches you played with it. Like it's just really cool that you can kind of see a little bit of extra info, and then
it adds to that RPG element that they're leaning into, I think.
Yeah. So here you can just see like all the cards overall that are in the starter deck. The art is insane. Like,
damn, it reminds me of something, but I don't know what. And that's a good thing. I think if it reminds you of something, but you can't pin it, it's a very it's tough to tread that line.
Yes, that's an interesting way to put it. I like that. Yeah, I feel that. That makes sense to me. It does look very familiar, but very unique.
And different parts of it remind me of different things. Like I want to say Digimon meets Valorant somehow like melded.
Interesting. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like so like I don't know. Like I'm in love with it.
Yeah, it's great.
After the content creator showdown that took place like a week or two ago, they said they're going to send me a physical card, like in like this little case. They showed it off. It's like this like holographic art with the card. I'm like so stoked to get this thing.
Yeah, they're doing digital too, right?
I love it. I want physical art. It's so hanging on my walls. It's beautiful.
I definitely asked for some cards.
Nice. Yeah, some of the art is just like definitely worth just big poster right on the wall. I'd hang it up. I
hope they're gonna have it in Canada. I live in Halifax, so I hope I see
cool.
these in like a Walmart or something.
I've visited Halifax a few times on vacation. Nice place.
Oh yeah, it's a great place to vacation. What season did you visit?
Probably around this time of the year.
It's a good time. It's like not too hot, not too cold.
Yeah, it's nice.
Hoodie weather.
Yeah. Here is the card I was thinking of when we were talking about the control decks, where this is like the biggest board wipe, I think, in the beta.
Damage? Okay.
So it's 3 to all.
3. It's like a Hellfire.
Yeah. It just basically wipes out pretty much everything. So it's if your opponent goes all in and they're not being careful and they just keep dumping their hand to the board, and then boom, your opponent plays a Molotov.
There are some like card types that just never need to be reinvented in TCGs, you know?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's going to be called something different. It's going to look different, but the cost and the effect, it's just been tried and true, you know? The math, it checks out. You don't have to,
exactly.
Don't have to get innovative there.
And there's like a handful of other like damage spells where you could like deal 3 to an ally and 3 to another glitch. So you can
Can you not play it if you don't have an ally?
Yeah, and so but there's actually some creatures that of your own that actually want to be damaged.
Makes sense. Do they get enraged or something?
Yeah, let me find. There's a really good one. Is it this one? No, this one. Yeah, Sleeper Cell. So you deal 3 to it, and then boom, when Sleeper Cell has witnessed allies leaving or receiving 6 damage collectively, it transforms into Awakened Sleeper Cell. So you get a 5/4 for 3 mana, basically. Plus, it's just a good blocker. And does it have regen? Is this the one? No, this one has okay, this is Overflow, which is basically like, trample or whatever.
So all right, trample, yeah. So basically you play it or it has to be on the board when the 6 damage has taken place.
But there's like a bunch of cards in the yellow guild. I forget what their names are, but that they all have like regenerate. So like you could play a Gentle Giant on turn 1. It's 0/3. It's got, it can't attack.
Heals all damage.
But it heals every time. So if your opponent just keeps smacking, you just keep blocking, and then it just keeps regenning. So like if you can't deal with it, yeah, there's like some really
not
good.
Just like one at the end of the turn.
Yeah, it heals the whole thing. It's crazy.
Oh, this is an annoying deck type. It's so annoying.
I like this one a lot. I think it lacks some cards in the beta, maybe, where like you need a little bit more stuff.
You know how many cards in total are in the open beta?
I don't know the exact number. If I had to guess, there's roughly 20, I would say, per each of the 5 factions. So probably around 100 to 120 would be my guess, because there's also spells, and the spells are all just factionless here. So
no, that's good. Are there any spells that are faction aligned?
I don't believe so. At least not in the beta, right? Anyway. Yeah, it shows them up when you click on.
We got 5 factions there.
Yeah. Okay. So like the blue faction, I think, is like a recruit faction where you can target your opponent's glitches, their creatures, and take them to your side of the board. Some of them are just for 1 turn. Some you can recruit permanently, so you get to like take control of their stuff, which is a really fun faction. My favorite card from this faction is this Divine Enthraller. It's got First Strike, aka Predictive Strike, so it deals damage first, so it survives most attacks. And
so like remind me, if you block with that, it hits them first.
Yep.
Takes any damage.
Yep. And then if this then destroys the opponent creature, you then can recruit it and fully heal it. So then you get a copy of that creature.
That's crazy.
You do have to pay the cost. So if you kill like a 4-mana creature and you don't have 4 mana, you can't recruit it. But yeah, this card is
okay. I like that to balance it a little bit.
Yeah.
So is the idea that like you preserve your mana a little bit? Like if you have extra mana, it kind of
exactly. And then like so some of these cards do feel kind of strong, and then when you look at the professions, you realize there is a spell called Gut Punch, which is probably here. Where is Gut Punch? There it is, Gut Punch. So for 5 commander points, you can deal 2 damage to a glitch. So a 4/2 suddenly, boom, it's gone. So there is definitely a lot of downside to running a 2 health glitch, and especially if it's 4 cost. Exactly.
Semi-expensive.
Yeah. Should we jump into another game?
Yeah, let's do another game. What's the is the mana cap or energy cap 10?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah. We froze.
Classic beta.
Clicking around too many screens about 1,000 times, and I made it angry.
Yeah, I believe tentatively the beta ends on the 27th, but it's been extended before, right? So they might.
Yeah, they did extend it once. Yeah. But they are saying it's going to end on the 27th now. And then I know tomorrow is like their 3rd birthday. So they've got like a big celebration going on. It's going to be a stream. They're going to be doing giveaways.
1 p.m. Eastern.
1 p.m. Eastern. There you go.
Who's streaming it?
I think it's going to be on the official channel. Yeah.
Okay, the official channel. Cool. All right, great.
Yeah, so that should be fun.
Yeah, get in their Discord. The Lost Glitches. I believe it's just the lostglitches.com.
Is that right?
Playlostglitches.com.
Yeah, that's
playlostglitches.com. All right, I'll throw that up while you're mulliganing here.
Yeah, so we've got a couple good cards here, but we're missing our big firepower creatures. We'll see what we get here. All right, we got the Legion Disciple again. I love this card on turn 1 in a stagger deck. by the end of the game, you can stagger like 5 times, and then this gets +5/+5. So it's a really good 1 mana card.
So remind me what staggered means.
Yeah, so stagger, let's see here. We can click on it, get the little text here. This glitch cannot block or attack until end of turn. So we could basically get a bunch of creatures on the board, stagger their stuff so they can't even block. And then also a lot of my stuff likes when we stagger. This gets bigger when we stagger. There's the sharpshooter that attacks stuff when it's staggered. And yeah, so there's a handful of upside in addition to just stopping them from attacking and blocking. You can also then, gain a bunch of upside as well from other cards that have synergy. So
right, because in RPGs, when you stagger something, it means you like broke their shield down, kind of, or they kind of like get a little
a little wobbly,
a little interrupted for a second.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, very thematic. All right, so the opponent plays another 1/2. I could use the Forgotten Memory to drop a 2-drop, but not really any reason to do so here. So I'm just going to drop a Legion Disciple. Opponent still has 1 mana and is thinking. Probably save the extra mana here for next turn. We can get that Seafoam Oracle out. This is one of my favorite cards as well. It's another 3-mana creature that there's a lot of really good 3-mana creatures. This one is a 2/4 that when it dies, you draw a card. So you kind of always get a card back. It replaces itself.
I love card cycling.
Yes, it's just so good.
My favorite is if like you can make an aggro deck that also has nice card cycle. I find that's just like.
Oh, he's playing a spell. I don't know if he knows what the word corrupted does, but that is going to kill him. You can see it's now got this little skull on it. It's going to die at the end of the turn.
Interesting.
He might not have understood the assignment here that's going to die now.
Yeah, I think this is like a thing with the open beta, right? You're going to get people trying it out who
exactly
don't know what all these words mean, and they're just kind of trying it out.
So we could do.
I didn't realize it was their 3rd birthday. That's crazy.
Yeah, so they had like sold some packs and like the game was growing and stuff, and then they are now migrating to the Xi blockchain. So now so
that's why we started working with them. They Xi uses, it's like a layer 3 built on top of Arbitrum where I work. So
very cool.
So we get to work with all these Xi games, and they're crushing it. They've been announcing lots of fun games. So I'm excited.
Nice. I'm gonna.
How long have you been playing Lost Glitches?
Since the beta started, I downloaded it like as soon as the beta started, and like the art just immediately just like grabbed me, and I was like, all right, this is my life now. I just play this game now.
Where do you usually stream?
So I used to stream a lot more frequently over on Twitch. I still make a lot of YouTube content, but live streaming is tough with a 1-year-old. So that is largely declined.
Can't weave that into your brand.
I should, honestly. It kind of already is my brand. Kind of
charming. People like when there's a kid hanging out.
Dad TCG.
Dad stream.
Dad stream.
What is that stagger? That little star?
So I staggered his thing with this creature here. When it gets initialized, I got to stagger, which then made this grow. And since he had no creatures that could block, I just get to swing with impunity. Plus, this is growing now. We already see it as a 2/2. Next time I stagger, which I can do anytime I want, I have 4 commander points. I can stagger at will, even with no mana.
Really?
Let's see if he swings here. He could have like a spell that he's holding up. And that's what I love about like Magic the Gathering, like, and this, where it's like the interactivity of like, you could bluff. He could swing here with just this, and then I'm like, okay, does he have a spell that's going to pump this +2/+2 or something and wreck me if I block?
Right.
It's like you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's I like to call this type of game definitely unique and interactive. I think those describe it quite well as a TCG because of the way they designed it.
Oh, okay. So he could have actually waited until I blocked. Oh, he's okay. That doesn't make any sense. He's dealing 2 damage to himself and 2 to me. So this is actually interesting. Here is where the interactivity comes into play. He's going to do 2 damage to this, but I can now react and stagger his thing.
Yeah.
And
and you'll
now
get 3/3. Is that
I'll
how the
get
stack? Will the
yeah, so
stack
it's
go that
yep,
way?
there's a stack. So this is now gonna become a 3/3 before this hits it. So now his thing's gonna die. My thing will become a 3/1. Look at
Oh
that.
no, that's he's gonna forfeit. Watch. I would.
I love a stack. I love stacks. I live for stacks. They're so good.
I like seeing it like in a digital context, like
Yes.
in like a game like Hearthstone. There's not really a stack per se. It's just so like everything's so like compressed,
Hmm.
I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how do you know that your stack would resolve first? Is that just from playing, or is
Yeah.
there
I
like
mean, it's the same way that like Magic works. So it's basically like I would say this game's kind of a combination of Magic and like Legends of Runeterra.
yeah?
If I had to, I don't know if they want me to do that. I don't know if they like that comparison, but I think it's a phenomenal
There's pros and
comparison.
cons to comparisons because
Yeah.
you're in good company. It
Yeah.
means
To
you're
me, those are
obviously
like the two best card games maybe ever.
ever. You didn't play Yu-Gi-Oh?
I did when I was a wee little
I was a
lad.
big fan of Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's been many, many years.
I'd love to see him make a comeback one day.
Mm. Oh, okay. So he's using sticks and
Okay.
stones, which is kind of like a nice aggro finisher, but he's not anywhere
No.
near finishing me here.
Nope. Oh, it's over.
Yeah, we kind of are wrecking him
So
here.
over.
But you never know. He could have like the that Molotov, which would just completely wipe my board. So
True. Yeah, all your things have low health. I don't like that.
yeah, and
But
we
you
don't have.
got two of those stagger scaler guys.
Yeah, we need to get some stuff on board that
Vicious.
can actually stagger. Because okay, here we go. Now we have a plug and play that can stagger. We have zap.
Instant.
Yeah, we need like an instant just in case he does something so we can react. That's the thing. Like you do need to like make sure you leave some mana open at any point because
Right,
if you
because of
don't, then you
instant.
just get wrecked.
That's another reason I like being able to react with things not on your offensive turn, because then you don't have to always spend all your mana. You can kind of just like feel fine. But then
Yeah.
if your opponent doesn't spend all their mana, that gives you information and you're like, all right, what are they hanging on to?
Yes. So we could
Is that sacrifice
actually
stagger glitch?
3, 6, 7, 8. Oh, we just win. So check this out. Well, he does have 2 mana open. So that's the thing again. Where like, do we
Right.
just win? Maybe we don't. I think I'm gonna go for it though. So this one I have to stagger a target ally. So we're gonna target this one because it doesn't grow. This one will grow.
Okay.
And then that will then give me lethal on board because now this one grows as well. So now we have
stagger
exactly
his other
9.
one, so he can't block.
Yeah. And then we hope he doesn't have
So
anything to do
busted.
for 2. He does have 2 mana open here. He could very well.
Right, like counterspell.
Yeah.
2 or 3 mana.
But we'll get ready for combat and see what he does here. I like that you can see the individual card they're hovering over.
Oh, you can see when they hover.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that you could like like the individual cards. So like I feel like you can like constantly hover over one thing and kind of like bluff that you're gonna like play something. And so here he does have something that can stop me here.
Basically, like if you're in person playing and you do this, you're like, and they're just like, "What are you about to do?"
Exactly. So we can hit him for 8 here. So what he should have done is he just played he played boomerang, right? So he could, that does only 2, so he couldn't kill the 3s, but he could have put that on the stack. I think he missed that, and he could have killed like this before it became a 5/3.
Oh man.
Oh, so this card, if he wasn't losing horribly, is pretty nasty. Like, so it heals itself completely every single turn because it's got regen. And like if he's playing the sacrifice deck, sometimes the sacrifice deck can get like 10 creatures in the
So that thing will be like a 10/4.
Yeah, and it reheals the whole way every time. So if you like chump block it, it just keeps rehealing.
Yeah. Are there any assassinate cards like just kill target glitch?
There's definitely commander powers that do that.
Right.
We can just stagger his thing. There's like no reason to really, but I'm gonna do it, I think.
You're just style points.
Yeah, exactly. Total domination. I want him to know. You resign now.
You basically won with 1 cost champions, by the way.
Yeah, that's correct. Like I said at the beginning, this thing can really spiral. Like I said, it can get +5/+5, and indeed, here we go. It just got
I think it's
+5/+5.
fair. So 1 cost 1/1. You know, you gotta
Yeah, you got to take care of
build
it
it up.
before it gets out of control.
It's a little guppy until it ain't.
Oh, I didn't mean to block. There we go. Skip blocking.
It'd be kind of fun if the art style changes when it reaches certain milestones. Like once it becomes a 5/5, it like looks a little beefier.
That would be pretty cool. There kind of is cards. I mean, somewhat like that in that yellow tribe where if like you do a certain amount of damage to something, or like
Right.
if you've blocked a certain number of times or whatever, there are things that actually then change into another like higher version of that card, which is pretty cool.
We just got the 1 map in the beta, right?
What's that?
There's just 1 map in the beta.
Yeah, I haven't seen any other ones. I'm a big fan of them. I love the downward rain. Like I could just like zen out to the downward rain all day.
Yeah, I like it. I wonder what some of the cosmetic stuff's going to be once they like get into the, you know, the blockchain side of things, and then you have all these like skins for, I don't know, card backs, I guess is an easy one. Map skins.
Yeah, there's definitely card backs I think that you can even potentially unlock in the beta. I'm not sure if you can unlock them in the beta or not, but I think there's like a season 1 card back that it shows. And then I think you can change like this background, like what the like I changed it to this one by unlocking it. It's not on the blockchain yet, but I imagine that will be something that is going to be on the chain. I think that there's going to be like little cosmetics on the board as well eventually. That would be on chain. And yeah, I'm sure boards would be really cool cosmetics.
Also, these like banners.
Yeah, the banners you can change right now, but again, they're not on chain yet. But you can like buy them with like marks that you earn. Like you see, I'm earning marks after every game. I think you can buy them with that because I purchased the one with marks or whatever. It's free, but you know. Let's get rid of this.
Shuriken. Do 1 damage to target glitch. Kind of soft.
Yeah. I think I was running that.
There we go.
Back when I had, just play this and win. Back when I was running the deal 4 to a damaged glitch, I think I was running those shurikens, but then I switched to. So here's one where you can just kill a staggered glitch. So you're asking if there's like a way to instant kill something. So you could actually, for 8 commander points, stagger and then kill.
Okay. It's expensive.
Yeah, that's expensive if you do it that way for sure. But we also have lots of spells, like a 1 mana spell plus this, you know, could do it.
That's true. Yeah, you have that gun that's a 2 cost stagger.
Zap, yep. And then this guy, when he is initialized, he staggers an enemy.
Initialized is when they're played or when they're...
Yep. Okay. So this is obviously a little bit more like a spell in terms of like, you don't want to just play it for the body. It's just a 1/2. It doesn't really do much. It's a good chump blocker, I guess, but you really want to play it for that stagger effect.
Could absorb like a big attack.
Yeah, exactly.
If you have to.
And since you could play them on your opponent's turn, like you can wait until they're about to attack, and then you just drop the Legion. We got another guy who's
so you can do scared. That. You can they choose their attack, and then when it's your turn to choose to block, you can just play a card and then block.
So you'd have to play it before it goes to the battle. But like if you see they have like a 10/10 or whatever, and you're like, okay, I probably...
right, like before you click ready for combat.
Exactly. Yep.
Did they forfeit?
Yeah, they did. They're cowards.
Waiting for opponent.
A lot of them. I hear there's some like Zai challenges or something, so some people just join games to try and complete as many. I don't think you can complete your challenges though by just forfeiting. So I don't know. Maybe they see my rank and they're just like, this is going to be too tough.
This guy's silver. We cannot.
Yeah. Can't even try.
Yeah.
Maybe they see the name. My name instills fear in the hearts of few.
In the hearts of few. Let's see here. Let me
Probably.
see what kind of quests they have going. Oh wow, Lost Glitches is the #1 card game on DApp Radar right now.
Nice.
See what kind of numbers we're looking at here. Okay.
There we go.
We recently had we were at Token 2049 in Singapore, and we had what we call like our Arbitrum days, where we do like our own like mini 1-day conferences around our ecosystem. And this one was called Arbiverse, which just had like gaming booths set up and no talks or panels or anything, just all basically like game demos and
Very
that kind of
cool.
stuff. And Zai was there featuring a bunch of the games, including Lost Glitches, I believe.
Nice. Well,
I'm so
we
glad
got
you
our
always get Legion Disciple.
Yeah, so you can run 3 copies of cards in your deck. I believe, right? 3? Yeah, it's 3. There is some where you can only run 2, and I'm not sure what the reasoning for that is. Maybe it's just that I don't own enough copies because it's the beta and it's just whatever they give you.
That's true. I'm excited for when you can like once I'm gonna buy so many packs.
Yes, me too.
I don't have any like card games I'm really playing these days, so I'm excited to. I've been saving up some card game money.
Nice. Another coward. Yeah, I think every time you get like these 1-star bronze people in the beta, I think that you get a small chance that they might just be someone farming rewards or something. And
But what rewards are you gonna get for forfeiting, like you said?
yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure what the meta is on forfeiting every time.
See what happens.
We're
See
ranking
what
up
happens
though.
if you forfeit. No,
We've
I don't wanna waste your win rate.
Yeah, look at we've got these little extra stars now, I think, right? I think we moved up to
Silver
super
4.
silver. Yeah.
Oh, does it go up? Is it like
Yeah, so the highest I think is like eternal or something. And I've seen like a handful of people like, they post about it in the Discord, and it's always like a huge accomplishment to get, like, 'cause there's a lot of tiers, you got to work your way all the way up.
what's the challenger equivalent?
What do you mean?
I guess like challenger rank in League
Oh,
or like legend rank.
this is embarrassing. I have no idea what that is.
Play Lost Glitches.
I've never played League of Legends.
Well,
it's so popular that I just can't bring myself to care about it.
I mostly just play TFT these days, but
I've never played that either.
it's kind of like iron, bronze, silver, gold,
Okay.
platinum, emerald, diamond, master, grandmaster, challenger.
Okay. I think it's something similar to that. There might be one less tier here.
Basically, like challenger, when you're in challenger, then there's an actual like leaderboard. Whatever your
Okay.
rank in challenger is the number your position is.
Gotcha. So it's
Where
kind of
everything
like
before that is like the same.
Yeah, so it's like Mythic in Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, or Legend in Hearthstone, etc.
Yeah. Yeah,
let me see if they have on their website for the rankings.
Yeah, I swear there's a way to check in game.
Okay, so the 5 classes are called syndicates. That's nice.
Yes. All right, so here my opponent is actually doing a lot of stuff. So we got a good game on our hands here. I'm not going to block anything here. Now this is interesting. We could swing here, and then if he blocks, we could zap something, but I don't think that's worth it. I think we just pass.
Take the damage.
That's my turn, so I'm not gonna swing. But next turn we'll be able to pop something out and block. Probably we've got a couple options. I'm gonna have 4 commander points here, so what I can do is sharpshoot and stagger with the zap. But only if he taps out. If he still has some mana, I don't want to mess with him. like I want to hit this guy, but he can spend 1 energy at any point and sacrifice an ally to get +1/+1. So we would get wrecked if he still has 1 mana open here, and we try and kill this. Well, now he can only pump it once, but if he could have pumped it twice, we would have not been able to kill it. Yeah. So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna Forgotten Memory. Opponent has the option to respond here, and then I'm gonna play the Sharpshooter.
I'm staggered.
And then I'm going to stagger this. Actually, I shouldn't do that yet. Can I undo that? Can I?
I don't think there's a way. I got into this situation the other day. I thought that X on the bottom left would have done it, but it doesn't.
Yeah, I should have waited till we were in combat, because him being staggered is going to pump this as well. So he would have swung thinking he could just swing with impunity.
Right.
And then we pumped this
at the same
time. Yeah. He's still swinging, so he could have that card that gives +2/+0. I don't really want to eat 4, so I'm going to block with this. I'm not going to block with my Sharpshooter because this one is nasty.
It's pretty strong.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you I like that. When you use your commander points, they just start at 0 and go up 1 a turn. You don't like reset to what you were at.
Well, so you like, if I was at 4, so I went to 0, but if I was at 5, I'd go to 1. Yeah.
Oh, I like that. It's not infinite, I guess, is the word.
Yeah.
Stagger, nice. That Sharpshooter is gonna just be crazy.
Yeah, we got the zaps.
Wow,
once we
that's
get
a 3 cost.
I know, this card is insane, and it doesn't take damage when it hits either.
I know, it's like first strike energy.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness,
it's really nuts.
What a tempo way to deal with.
Yes, it's so nasty.
It's great for early game, at least.
Debating here what we should do. We could.
I mean, you're definitely gonna stagger something, right?
Kind of feel like I just want to hang back again.
You don't want to stagger?
I kind of want to stagger on his turn and try and wreck him.
Okay. Because that Sharpshooter procs. It doesn't matter whose turn if you stagger.
Yeah, I guess I'll swing with the Sharpshooter. Because then we have options.
Yeah, he can only block with a 1/1, so.
Yeah, and if he does that, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And then if he tries to do something like kill it.
Well, he has commander spells, so.
Yeah, so these don't do too much. I think these are like the stock ones that come out of the box. So he's running Encrypted is really nasty. Like if you only need to do like 10 more damage to your opponent, which I'm getting close to that range, if you just give like 2 of your things Encrypted and I can't block them, like
Encrypted is like flying.
Yeah, exactly. Or
it's
like
kind of cool. It's like cryptographic,
Yeah. Yeah, I love the thematics.
Yeah, the terminology in this game checks out.
Yeah.
The math checks out.
Yes.
Plug and play.
Yes.
Installation required.
The installation required is a little funny to me. I feel like that one might be a little bit of a stretch. I mean, it makes total sense.
It's funny.
But it is funny to that's like the sorcery speed is installation required. It's spot on.
I guess the rule is if we don't have an alternative suggestion, it's the one.
Yeah. I considered staggering something, but I think I'd rather just put a big blocker out here.
I like that.
And then if he attacks, I'll eat 3. That's fine.
That's a 3 cost, right?
Yeah. So he keeps going for my face.
He's might have something in there to
Yeah, he definitely could push something over the line here.
You gotta start doing some damage.
Yeah, I haven't done any yet. My God.
Ooh, what's that 5 cost you got?
Yeah, next turn the Master Hacker is insane. Whenever this attacks, it staggers the strongest enemy, so they can't block with whatever their strongest thing is every time. Plus, it's a 3/6. It's really nasty.
Wow.
The System Crasher is cool, but not against his deck because it turns everything into a Shroom token, but all of his stuff is already a Shroom token, so it doesn't do anything.
Hey, that's the card. That's the menu card.
All right, so we're going to keep Zap open and probably just wait to play. Yeah. I'm just gonna swing with the 2/3 here.
I think you're safe. I don't think there's a card that's gonna like 100
Yeah.
or 0 you here. Except if he had that like deal 18 damage to yourself, 20 to your opponent here,
Yeah.
he'd be in good shape.
He would be in really good shape.
I mean, he couldn't use it yet. It's
Yeah,
11 cost.
yeah, he's getting there though. He's got a
But
lot of
the good
commander
thing is
points.
you can see what your opponent has. So if they're getting
Yeah,
ready to use it, you can find a way to do 2 damage to them
exactly.
unless they can heal.
Okay, so here we might. He's probably gonna kill the sharpshooter, but we'll see.
Hmm.
So if we sharpshoot first, if we stagger this, the sharpshooter kills it, and then he doesn't have anything to deal 2/2, so this won't actually resolve, I believe. So I think we can kill this with zap. And now his thing won't kill my thing.
All right.
So now since he doesn't have anything to target, it didn't kill my thing, so that's pretty sweet. Love that interactivity. We still have another ability to stagger again. So I always like to have like one thing in my pocket where I can stagger. If you can't like do it on demand at some point, you can definitely get wrecked.
Where does stagger sit in the stack?
It's just wherever like it's just whatever is played last, basically. So like if I played the stagger, he could have responded to that and played something else that would have resolved first.
Okay.
And he could have wrecked me. But then I could have played my zap and wrecked him. So like that's why I love a stack so much, because it's just like
I'm still figuring out the stack. Like I'm rusty.
Yeah. It's definitely a lot for if you've never played like a Magic the Gathering or whatever. Like, you know, most games don't have a stack, so it's not intuitive.
I definitely go through phases of playing Magic regularly and then not playing for a long time.
Kind of the same for me. Like I love drafting. It's my favorite thing. So
Sure.
like if the set is really good and I love drafting it, like I played Outlaws of Thunder Junction like literally hundreds of hours. Like I was top ranked in Mythic. I was
Yeah.
like all about it. But then
I was
the last set,
asking
I
their
didn't play it.
team, asking their team when they're gonna throw in a draft mode.
Yes.
That's what the people love is draft.
Yes. I would play draft all day, every day.
Same.
Oh my God, I love drafting. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to play this big creature here. He had 4 open, so he maybe was like, oh, I was going to play a big creature before you swing. But now if he just plays one big creature, it's going to get staggered when my Master Hacker attacks. So he can't just drop one big thing anymore. And there is that big,
you're
big
in great
4
shape
drop.
here.
Yeah, suddenly he's got 20 health. He's got all these commander points.
Doesn't matter.
That's what I was thinking. That's the one I was talking about, the 4 costs that he might be playing. It's now going to get staggered because
you're just going to keep it staggered the rest of the game.
Like, yeah, pretty much. We can stagger it next turn if we wanted.
Wow.
And also because it's going to get staggered here, it's going to actually drop. I wonder if we can kill it this. I don't know if you could stagger it twice. So if I use zap, it would kill this right now, I think, but it's already staggered. So I don't know if you can stagger a staggered creature. I think we try and find out for science if it lets me.
Is this our last match? I think it is, right?
Yeah, I do have to.
Yeah, let's do it for science then.
All right, here we go. We're going to zap an already staggered creature. And I believe that will then finish him off. Because if we didn't kill it here, it has that regen. So it would regenerate all of its damage. So
something tells me you're not going to be able to, because that would be so OP.
Oh, it didn't work. No.
Yeah, I had a feeling. I called it right.
Oh no!
Because like, imagine if you had like 3 ways to stagger, and then your sharpshooter just attacks 3 things. That's crazy. That's 9 damage. Think about that. They thought that one through. I'm glad. I'm glad to see that.
Now we can't stagger with zap, but like I said, I always like to have one way open, and we do have the disruptor droid, which is pretty cool because you can just use it as a 2/2 if you want, or you can sacrifice it whenever you want to stagger something in a pinch. So I love having this guy on board because he can block, he can attack.
How do you do that? Do you just click that little triangle?
Yeah. Yep. So once it's my turn, I'll be able to click it, sack it.
I like the way they did the card design, because if you hover a card there for a second, yeah, it just like gives you the full art. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing.
Yeah, so I'm just right clicking in order to do that.
Yeah, it's just like you get to see the whole thing.
Yeah.
and you get the text in there. It's like it's
Yeah.
tough. It's tough to have a nice clean design like that.
Very true.
Looks simple, but it ain't.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he's at 6 health. What happened?
I know that last turn was huge. Oh
What
no.
happened,
He does have
Kamicha?
sticks and stones. Actually, are we dead? Oh no, we're not dead because of this disruptor droid. Holy smokes. He actually could play sticks and stones again.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking he could then also play this, but he doesn't have enough to do this as well. He
If
could
he
give
had a
this
way that you couldn't
elusive.
block him,
Yeah.
if there's something, I don't know.
Yeah,
the card's
elusive.
enough.
Yeah, he could have given this elusive, but I'd be able to stagger it. So
Oh man.
if I didn't have the stagger though, wasting the other thing would have gotten me killed. I think we have to, yeah, we have no choice. Otherwise we just die. So we're gonna stagger this.
That's so annoying.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm playing stagger. I'm playing stagger.
You almost got me killed by making me do this for science. I'm blaming you.
It's okay. You can blame me.
It was my idea. We've got zap still for next turn, so we can block this guy or zap this guy and then just swing with everything for lethal. He does have 6 mana open though, so he's clearly going to do something.
He's
and
not
actually,
gonna kill you.
The master hacker is actually going to
Stagger again.
Yeah, so I'm just going to get ready for combat here because he's probably going to play a creature or 2 here. This automatically staggers the strongest. And like you said before, if something's already staggered, it can't stagger it twice. It doesn't like do the second strongest then. It just won't stagger anything else. So I want to wait to see what he does just to make sure we are. I mean, I can't imagine he plays something stronger than a 7/4.
No.
Okay. So he didn't play anything. So
is there like a charge or something?
Charge?
Yeah, like when you play it, it can attack right away.
Yeah, everything that you play, if you play it on your turn, you can then just swing with it.
Okay.
We got him.
Well done.
Let's go.
GG.
Undefeated.
Yeah, that was an undefeated stream.
100% win rate.
Wow.
I like that it shows your this is another cool thing I'll show right before we end here, but we got this. It shows like your MVP card after every match. And like it shows like, details about the match. I love that it shows the MVP card though, because it lets you know, like, this is the card that like did the most damage, most impactful. We could see we did 54 damage.
They clearly have someone on their team who's into like analytics and stuff.
Yes.
Because all these things are never like natively in card games.
Yeah, even match time and like the way it's like in the UI, it's just very cool. It's the UI is just incredible. Sorry.
No, the UI is great. Well, there was one question here. Is Lost Glitches have an open API and maybe some analysis tools similar to hsguru.com?
I don't know if they do. That is a good question because like I would love to make a bot. Like in my Discord, I've got bots for like, Magic the Gathering and other games. Like if you type in the card name, it will show you the card, the art, what it does. So I love having like an API where you can hit up the API, get the get all the stats in the Discord and whatever. So I don't know if there's an API though. That's a good question for the team.
Well, great. Nice win streak. Nice clean stream. Undefeated. You're gonna have to keep that going next time too.
Yes.
When's the next time you're doing some Lost Glitches streaming? Any kind of content?
So I do have a couple videos that I uploaded to my YouTube, youtube.com/copperpitch. And I've got another video coming out very, very soon. It's already ready to go. So I've got a couple videos, one on this, one on this, pretty much this deck with the stagger, how to play it. And then a couple videos on, like they had a very cool content creator showdown. So I've got a couple videos on my YouTube highlighting my games from the content creator showdown, which was really fun. Played against like a Maz, an RDU. So I've had a lot of fun playing against those guys. They're very cool.
Maz.
Yeah, I love a Maz, but yeah, it was a fun game fun to play against him.
He's a draft king though.
Yeah, he's really good at cards. So I was very intimidated at first, but we had a great match. So you can see that one on YouTube.
All right, nice. I'll check it out.
So.
All right, well, thanks a lot for your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Catch you on the next stream. I'm sure we'll do more of them. Maybe a tournament one of these days.
Love it.
Maybe on the next beta.
Yeah, sounds good, man. Thanks for having me. Had a great time. was nice
Same.
meeting you.
It was nice meeting you too, and nice seeing you just crush all these bronze players. That last game, that you had to earn that
Yeah,
last one, actually.
that's true. Yeah, it was a good
You
one
had
to
you
end
had to
on.
do a nice swing, like, you had to turn the tides there.
Yeah, we were looking pretty grim there for a minute.
Yeah, people were sweating. Alright, cool. We'll catch you on the next one. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Awesome. Thanks. You too.
All right, thanks everyone for tuning in, and thanks to the Lost Glitches for facilitating this. And yeah, go to playlostglitches.com, and we'll see you on the next one, everyone. Cheers.